Believe it or not, I've been wanting to join the Pwnisher challenge for like 3 or 4 years now. But I always thought I would never be as good as the other artists or simply wouldn't have time for it. The truth is, I'm pretty busy right now, but this time I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll be making 4 videos, one for each week of the challenge, to help anyone who, like me, want to take part in the Pwnisher challenge. So here's my first week of the CHASM'S CALL. But before we jump in, don't forget to support the channel, hit that like button and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. It really keeps me motivated to keep going. The first week is all about laying the groundwork. As soon as I saw a Pwnisher announcement video, I start brainstorming ideas. Coming up with ideas is a super personal process. Some people find it easier than others. I had 3 main ideas, always keeping in mind that depth is the key focus in this challenge. I imagine Super Mario jumping into a pipe, kind of like Super Mario Galaxy, you know? It could work, but it didn't really feel like my style. I also thought about an emergency exit scene, someone escaping from a fire and jumping, but something was missing, it just didn't click. But my first idea was the one I liked the most, a football cameraman doing his job. This one stuck with me, and I start getting really attached to it. I just follow my gut. And since I like this idea the most, I gave it a green light and start planning my workflow for the challenge. I used Miro to organize my weeks. The week 1 was the pre-production, the concept art, the idea and the base layout. Week 2 to 3 is going to be the production, modeling, animation, etc. And the final week, week 4, it's final tweaks and post-production. First, I made a concept art piece to see if the composition and idea actually worked on paper. I open Procreate and start sketching. Even if something feels natural, what makes the project shine is the details. And sometimes, it's not just the modeling details, but the environment that sells the scene. Everything has to make sense. The characters should feel like they belong in that world, and the scene should tell a story. I live in Portugal. And even though I'm not a huge football fan, I have to admit there was one historic moment for every Portuguese. When Portugal won the Euro 2016 thanks to Eder's goal. It was the first major championship we ever won, so I thought it would be a cool tribute. It just made sense in my context. By the time I finished composition, the feeling I got was loneliness, a single character alone in the middle of a huge crowd. Understanding the emotions behind the scene helps guide the next steps, lighting, color and even animation. Since loneliness was my starting point, I decided to focus on the field and the celebration of the crowd, while keeping our main character in a dark, isolated spot. After finishing the concept and grayscale value study, I started gathering reference in PureRev for my scene, character and assets. I took a bunch of screenshots of the stadium, the atmosphere, the key objects and the goal itself. Then, I jumped into Blender to start working on the layout. At this stage, my goal was just to block out the position and scale of things, nothing too fancy. Just getting the base right, following my concept. Once I had the layout in place, I start modeling some of the details, like the stadium seats, the stands and even the goalposts. And I struggled a lot with the stands because they didn't follow the curve modifier. It took me a day and a half to figure it out, but I finally got it done. And after a lot of work, here it is, my week 1 CHASM'S CALL. If you like this, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. The week 2 update will be out in a week. If you have any questions or want to see something specific about my process, let me know in the comments. And to everyone who's joining the challenge, good luck, give it your best shot.